Hey everyone, welcome back to Snapbolt. I got the first Legacy League on Snapbolt here for you. Pretty excited for this, and I got a brew for you on this one. This is a deck I brewed a long time ago, and I've always wanted to play it, never really had the cards for it, and today we are going to play it. This deck is it's like a mono blue prison deck, but it started out just as a Saprazzan Skerry deck in Legacy. So basically what this card, it's a land that comes in tapped, and then you tap it and it comes in with two counters, and you tap it and remove a counter and you get to add blue. So basically you go like T1 Skerry, T2 something like Ancient Tomb, play Jace, just stuff like that. And we have some more synergies in the deck which I'll go over in a second, but basically we're a Saprazzan Skerry deck, and then we're also a Chalice deck. We play Crucible, Wasteland, and also when these scaries die, you can tap it once, tap it again, and then just replay it with Crucible. We have Mox Diamond, which puts a land in the graveyard for Crucible as well. So you can go T1 Ancient Tomb, Mox Diamond, discard a land, play Crucible, and then T2 play the land from the graveyard. And then we're just playing good blue cards, Force of Will, True Name Nemesis, a couple Batter Skulls, just because you're taking damage with Ancient Tomb, and this can just win some games when you just put it on a True Name. And then one card that I really love, which is pretty sick, we're just hard casting Consecrated Sphinx in this deck. So T1 Skerry, T2 Soul Land, T3 another Soul Land, just T3 Consecrated Sphinx, and then you just draw into more Force of Wills and try to win the game that way. Just some random Thought-Knot Seers. Glen Elendra is one I found. I started with one, and then I was just loving this card. When you untap with it, versus so many decks, you just win. They just can't beat double counterspell like that. And then as far as the sideboard, just a couple Arcane Laboratories against Storm or other random stuff. A couple more counterspells if we want them. The last Glen Elendra, and just more Batter Skulls against Burn or the like. A couple Warping Wills if we want to counter some sorceries, and just random stuff, Spyglass, Cage, some Graveyard Hate, and that's the deck, and I'll see you in round one. Alright everyone, welcome to round one. We're against Bonds, and we got this sweet mono blue Skerry deck. So let's see what we got here. This is interesting. If we draw, we have a Force of Will, and we have probably a turn 3 Batter Skull. I wonder if this is good enough. All we really have is Force and then maybe a Batter Skull. If we draw a Skerry, we can T3 Sphinx. We have Crucible. This might be a mulligan. We don't have Chalice. This is close. I think I'm going to mulligan, because if we just draw random spells like Jace or other forces or True Name, we just can't do anything. Let's mulligan. Now what is this hand really doing? We don't have the Crucible, so this Mox, we need another blue source in this hand as well. I wonder if we're supposed to go to 5 here. I guess with this hand, if we draw, the problem is we can't even really play out. I was going to say if we draw another land, we can cast Batter Skull, but then we have to lead on City of Traitors, and we can't cast this counterspell. I'm just going to mulligan again, try to find Chalice. This hand is awful. Island. We have to go to 5. We put back Batter Skull, Crucible here. He kept 6. This just isn't really doing anything. I'm just gonna go one more time. Oh, now 0 lands in our 26 land deck. Alright, well, we just went down to 3, and I'll keep this on 3. Okay, so we can only keep 3 cards. So we're keeping Ancient Tomb, Chalice, and what else? Maybe Island. And then we just put these 4 back, and just hopefully Chalice of the Void gets there. It's all we can really do. Alright. Not a good start. Could have kept that 7, but just gonna hope Chalice is really good in this matchup and then go from there. Alright, we resolved Chalice, so if that is backbreaking, then we're in a decent spot. Now, I think I play the Mox Diamond and discard the island, because if we draw Crucible, we can just replay island. I could just not do anything right here also, but I think I like just playing it and going empty-handed. Let's see what we're up against. Windswept Heath Trop. Wonder if we're against like Infect or something. Wasteland, Tarmogoyf. Okay, well Wasteland is obviously really good against us. Now we have a lot of good draws. He can Wasteland our Ancient Tomb, which is certainly annoying. But it looks like we're probably up against Rug Delver. Just playing a Windswept Heath. Do I want to draw land? No. So I think I'm going to fetch. No, he could have Stifle. I'm just not going to fetch. Consecrated Sphinx. Okay, we can't cast that yet. I mean, mull to 3 here. So if we draw a soul land, we can cast Consecrated Sphinx. Alright, now any land we can cast Consecrated Sphinx. But he probably has Daze or Force. This Goyf is only a 1/2 right now. Alright, he's just not doing anything. He's going to discard. He must have just all 1-drops in hand. Plow. Okay. I guess I crack Strand here. He could have Stifle. No, he doesn't. Alright, now I'm just going to play True Name. Forces it. Okay, that's fine. Force Pitch Ponder. Again, now any land we can cast Consecrated, although I might want to play around Daze. It's interesting that he's not Wastelanding our Ancient Tomb. Oh, Tundra? I wasn't expecting that. Teferi, bounce Chalice? Okay. Now he's going to force it. Now he's also hitting for 3 here. True Name. Do I lead on Chalice or do I lead on True Name? I don't know if this deck actually is going to have... He might just be Bant Stoneblade. Wonder if he could have Daze, I guess. And then which one would I rather resolve? Probably the Chalice. I gotta tap like this, because I'm gonna play True Name no matter what. Chalice, X equals 1. Just need to resolve this True Name though. Remember, this was a mull to 3. If he dazes, I'm just gonna pay 1. Okay, forced. Okay, and then I play True Name. Pass the turn. He did have the Daze as well. Alright. I mean, now if he Wastelands us, we just lose. Plus Teferi. Another Goyf. Alright, this is pretty close to game as it is. But if he doesn't Wasteland us... Oh no, because... Yeah, okay, that's game. I mean, we fought there, but again, we were on 3. All we had was Chalice. So I think he's Bant Stoneblade. Don't know if I want to sideboard that much. Spyglass could be okay. I think that's maybe all we want. Warping Whale doesn't seem that good. Counterspell seems fine. Kind of want to just leave it mostly as is. Could take out like 1 Consecrated in this matchup. Let's just go with this. Just because he has Wastelands and Dazes and counter spells and the like. But yeah, that mulligan was just pretty brutal. His hand's not that great either. No Soul Land for this Chalice. These Crucibles don't look good in this hand. I'm gonna mulligan. I think you want to mulligan pretty aggressively with this hand. Alright, this one I'll keep. This looks good. Keep this hand. And are we putting a Glen Elendra back or a... I guess it's... He kept 7. We're going to keep this on 6. Now we just have to decide what to put back. We want Wasteland for sure, I think, to try to Crucible Wasteland him. If he has a T1 Wasteland for this Skerry, that's really bad news for us. I think that being the case, we just want to put a Glen Elendra back. Lead on Skerry, go. And then, yeah, Wasteland on T1 is really bad for us, but if we are able to, we can just like try to resolve Chalice next turn. I'd rather wait on this Crucible, I think. Not sure though. Our opponent's probably reading this card. We can try to set up this Crucible Wasteland lock. That might be pretty sick in this matchup. It's interesting that just like last game, I think our opponent, just because he didn't know our deck at all, not Wastelanding us. Because if he had just Wastelanded our Ancient Tomb earlier, I mean, we would have had just no chance. I mean, we still lost, but again, we were on mull to 3. No Wasteland. Nice. Alright, is this a noble? Yep. Now I could play Wasteland and then play Chalice on one to play around Daze. I can also just Wasteland him right now and then play Chalice. Don't love Wastelanding right now. I mean, I guess I'm going to do it anyway. Guess I do like that. So I'll just go Wasteland and then play Chalice. This way he can't Daze. And I think I was going to do it. I think I was going to Wasteland after casting Chalice anyway. So we could have a force here, but then that'll allow us to try to resolve this Crucible. Okay, that resolved. Next turn I'm just going to try to resolve Crucible. I feel like if he had a counter for Chalice, he would have played it. I guess he could have a Daze here as well, which would be brutal. Stoneforge. Yeah, if he has another Daze, that's going to be rough. Batterskull. Yep. Oh, there's City of Traitors. Interesting. Really interesting. So if I want to play around Daze, I have to play Crucible this turn. That's going to allow him to put a Batterskull into play. And if I go for Jace and he goes Daze, then he's still going to get to put a Batterskull into play. Alright. I'm going to go for the Crucible here. And then we can start playing lands from the graveyard. We don't care too much about the Batterskull for now. Looks like he has Daze to me. The way he just like thought for a while there, then let it resolve. I guess I guess he might also just have Teferi here, in which case we just got wrecked. Looks like it. Yep. So is he going to bounce Chalice? Okay. Should have attacked there also. Oh, Force is actually decent here, I think. Now, I don't think I like Wastelanding, but he for sure has days, though. That's the problem. But I also want to play Scary. So this is the problem. If I play Scary this turn, my Chalice is going to get dazed. I guess I could Force back. And then that allows me to get Scary into play for Jace next turn. But it makes me use my Force. Otherwise, I can just add 2 mana, play Wasteland, then play Chalice. I don't like that. I think I'm just going to use the Force on the days. That's close. I'm just going to use the Force on the days and plan on playing Scary. Yeah. You could have double days, I guess, as well. But I can also just let the Chalice get countered. But I think I need Chalice. So if he dazes this, I'm going to Force pitching Glen Elendra. And then play Scary. You could have attacked for 2 last turn. Yeah, I'll Force. Oh, I can't Force, duh, because of Teferi. Wow. Duh. Alright, then I'll just play Scary. Yeah, Teferi is just gross. Wonder if I just misplayed then. Another noble pass. There's a true name. Alright, interesting. So I can just not play around another days and just play Wasteland from the graveyard and then play True Name. Now, True Name is just so huge to resolve. So I'm just going to go... Yeah, City of Traitors, play True Name around days. Yeah, that Teferi is just absolutely wrecking us. But this True Name could stabilize the board, because then we can kill Teferi also. And this Battle Skull isn't really doing much against True Name as well. It's awkward the way I've had to play the lands just to play around dazes. But next turn I can play Jace around days as well. And then this Teferi can only just plus 1 more time. And he probably has 1 drops that he can cast now. I guess like that noble. Yeah, Brainstorm, that's brutal. Just dealt with our Chalice with 3 fairy, which was really bad for us. Tarmogoyf. Yeah, this is starting to get a little too much here. Alright, I mean, this doesn't work, because I can just block, and then it doesn't deal any damage to True Name. I think he's just seeing if I know. Guess might as well, it's a free attack. Alright, Mox Diamond. Might as well play that, right? I wonder if I want to just attack Teferi now. I think the answer is yes. I'm going to start by attacking Teferi, because that unlocks my Force of Will. Attack Teferi. Get it off the board. Now just cast Mox Diamond, discarding this island. And then, let's see. This is interesting as well, because this City of Traitors is going to go away, but I also might want to just replace Skerry. Am I just playing Glen Elendra here? I think that's the line. So I'm just going to go add to, play Glen Elendra. Then I'll have Glen Elendra activation up. And then replay Skerry. And then I can start playing other lands. Alright, Days, just going to have to pay for that. Does he have the double Days here? Nope. Do I want to replay Skerry? I think so. Pass the turn. I still have Force up, but I don't really want to use it. Plow the Glen Elendra. That is not good for me. Just gonna let it resolve though. Because I take a big hit here, but then my true name's untapped as a blocker, and I can like Jace bounce something if I want, or Jace brainstorm. We can potentially get out of this. We probably need to draw a Sphinx at some point though. He has 2 cards in hand and a really big board. Not another Teferi. That was Sword of Fire and Ice. Well, I think I have to force that, right? Because then my true name just can't block anything. Because pro blue. Force pitch Jace, so now we're out of gas, 100%. And we're taking 8. Okay, land doesn't do anything. So I can play Wasteland, not use it. I think that's what I'm going to do. We just need to draw a Sphinx here. We're still taking 4 a turn though. Block that. He has no other plays. Okay, so I can start wastelanding all his lands. I think that's worth it. I'll start by doing that. Just wasteland the Trop. Replay Wasteland. Wasteland the Tundra. It's going to add a blue mana. Okay, just going to go to main 2. And then play Chalice using Skerry for 1. Hardcast Force of Negation, okay. So the Wastelands might have even just been bad there because I might have, like, my out was basically to draw Consecrated, but now I can't even cast it. So that may have been a misplay. Oh, God. Why'd I have to say that? So now I think I'm just playing Wasteland from the graveyard and passing the turn. But if he attacks with Stoneforge, I'm just dead. Man, that Wasteland play sucked. Didn't play to my outs of drawing Sphinx. If he sees it, okay, he doesn't. So, I mean, we still go to 1, and then we're still dead if we tap out for Sphinx. So, if he sees it, then we're still dead. Mox Diamond. Alright, cast it. Discard this. Is there like a reason to play around days? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because then the city's gonna die next turn. I don't think I need to play around days here, because I mean I'm dead on board anyway. So I'm just gonna do this. And then if he sees it, we're dead. Plow. Okay. A lot of times, like, you try to protect your Sphinx in this deck from Plow with your Chalice, but if he just attacks the Stoneforge here, we just we lose. I mean, yeah, we lose, but he's just not doing it for some reason. Maybe just save Batterskull, maybe just doesn't see it. So now I guess we need to draw Batterskull. We don't. Okay, we're dead. Good games. Rough mulligan in game 1. Let's see if we can do better in the second round. Hey, welcome to round 2. Looks like we're on the play. We're against Michael Musial. And let's see if we can have a little bit better luck here. Alright, this hand doesn't look that great. But I'm going to keep it because we at least have a T2 Jace. If we draw a blue card, we'll have a T2 Jace with force backup. And we have a lot of lands. So let's try it. Plus we just have a force if we have to force something. I think I'll just lead on Ancient Tomb and not play the Mox Diamond. I'll just go Ancient Tomb, pass. Yeah, we want to draw a blue card. Delta, sack, get swamp. Is this duress? Thoughtseize. Alright, well, he takes our Jace. We might be against Ad Nauseam Tendrils because he took force? Oh god. Well, we're going to try to resolve this Jace. Unfortunately, we can't save the fetch land. We have to use it. So we're going to go Mox Diamond, discarding a City of Traitors, Flooded Strand, play Jace, Brainstorm. Try to draw a force plus blue card. Oh, there's a Glen Elendra though. And Wasteland. Okay, we don't want City of Traitors. I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're only gonna be able to have one Glen Elendra up regardless. I guess I can put Glen Elendra on top to play around another Thoughtseize effect. Or Thoughtseize, exactly. So do I want to say, do I want to hide the Crucible as well? I don't think Crucible really matters, but do I still want to hide it? Yes. I'm just going to hide both these cards. That way if he Thoughtseizes or duresses us, we just don't lose any cards. LED, so does he have it here? The T2 win? Looks like it. Because he also took the force there over the Jace. Could have gone Jace plus on him. But it looks like we are dead on turn 2. T1 Thoughtseize, T2 go off. It's a really good hand. And we didn't have the Chalice. Okay, Ad Nauseam. I mean, most likely dead, but we'll see. Add black. There's a Past in Flames, which you cannot cast at. He's also at 5. I've had a lot of players kill themselves on Ad Nauseam. And this doesn't look like the win. He needs another LED. He might only have like 1 5-drop in his deck. He can probably just keep going. Because even if we get to untap here, we're not in a great spot. Cabal Ritual. That doesn't do it either. right now all he has is like Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Infernal Tutor for a card in his hand, plus Duress. So he doesn't really have anything going right now. I mean, he does have a good turn next turn, I think. But we can also just Glen Elendra his like Infernal Tutor or Past in Flames at this point. He can't even cast Past in Flames yet. He has to keep either try to go off next turn, or he has to keep going and potentially die. So that was actually a pretty bad ad nauseum. If he keeps going and hits like a Lion's Eye Diamond or something, then we lose. Because then you can just go Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Lion's Eye Diamond, Infernal Tutor, crack LED, and then that should be enough mana to kill us and enough Storm. He's just deciding he's deciding if he wants to try to win next turn or continue to go off this turn. Now he might just play Duress, yeah. So that's exactly why I put Crucible back as well. We unfortunately cannot Wasteland him. But I don't think he can do anything else. And I wonder if Glen Elendra is going to be enough. Let's see. Right now he can't even cast Past in Flames, but he can cast Preordains, and he can cast a Preordain, 2 Preordains. Interesting. So my top card is Crucible. I could shuffle that away with Flooded Strand and then Brainstorm. That gives me one more chance to find either like a Mox Diamond or a Force. But if I just Brainstorm now, then I can Flooded Strand and shuffle away bad cards. What matters more? I think it's better to Brainstorm now. Oh, there's Chalice of the Void. Wow, that's huge. Okay, well, I guess we're going to play Chalice of the Void. I guess put back City of Traitors Island. Because we're going to want to shuffle these away. Put back City Island. Wait, see. If I play City this turn, I'll have... I could even... Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can play Glen Elendra plus Chalice. But then I can't have Glen Elendra up. And I can't shuffle. This is actually pretty tough. Not sure what to do. Because if I shuffle, I can play Chalice. I definitely need to play Chalice. And I think I just want to tap out for Glen Elendra. Yeah, if I play Chalice, he can't really do anything. He can go Cabal Ritual, Infernal Tutor. And if I play Glen Elendra, I have a clock. So let's do that. So put back Island, Crucible, play City, play Chalice, and then play Glen Elendra. I think this is better because this counters like all his Preordains and his Dark Ritual, where now we can't really find either a red source for this, or you just can't find that much, where if we just play Glen Elendra and leave it up, then I think that's worse for us. It's interesting he took the Force of Will over the Jace on the original Thoughtseize. I thought he was going to take Jace. I think that would have been better for him. So now he has these cards right here in hand, plus a random card that he just drew. But all these Preordains, this Dark Ritual, are all unlocked from this Chalice. So our opponent's probably going to go into the tank here because he can go Cabal Ritual, add 5 mana, go up to 5 black, and then he can Infernal Tutor and then have 3 black left. But then he can only Infernal Tutor for a card he has in his hand, and none of them do anything, so he concedes. Nice. And we have really good sideboard in this matchup. Like, incredible sideboard. We can bring in all these. We can even bring in Warping Whales and Glen Elendra. I don't think I want Spyglass. I wonder if I want Crypts. It does essentially counter Past in Flames. I think these are all worth it. Just like so many sideboard cards. Alright, let's see. What do we not want? Like Batter Skulls, True Names. Maybe just side out all the Crucibles? No, because Crucible still like helps us with our game plan. I think we could just win by like Glen Elendra in this matchup. And Chalice and stuff. And Jace. Obviously Arcane Laboratory is insane. Don't know if we want to side all these out. Crucible is still good. I think we want Counterspell as well. Alright, maybe Consecrate is just a little too slow in this matchup. Let's just look at the deck like this and see if maybe we want to side out some lands. Like an island or two. Or like a Wasteland or two maybe. No, Wasteland is still good. I think we can win the game just with like Thought-Knot, Glen Elendra, Jace. I mean, that's literally our only ways to win at this point. But just have all the interaction of the Crypts, the Cage, Counterspells, Force, just everything. Warping Whale even, just to counter random sorceries. Yep. Let's go with this. That was a cool game. I think he would have won if he just Thought-Seized our Force of Will. I mean our Jace instead of the Force of Will, excuse me. Oh man, this hand. If he has a Thoughtseize or a Duress, we just lose. But can we mulligan like a turn 1 Chalice? We do have 6 lands, essentially. I think I'm... Oh man. Maybe I mulligan. Try to hit more threats than this, like more interaction. Because if we just draw lands from this, we're probably still going to lose. He kept. If I was on the play, I would... Yeah, if I was on the play, I would snap, keep this because I can turn 1 Chalice. But against like a Duress and Thoughtseize deck, I just don't think I can. Let's try for something better. Alright, this one I'll keep. Can put back Counterspell or can put back Glen Elendra. Let's put back Glen Elendra actually, because then I can just, if he goes Thoughtseize, he can take Laboratory or Counterspell, but if I put back Counterspell, then I just might not do anything for a long time, because then he can Thoughtseize the other Counterspell and go off. So I could put back Land as well. Because Glen Elendra is really, really good in this matchup. Could put back like Island. Is that a little risky? I mean, we have a lot of lands in the deck. I'm going to put back Land because if I draw Soul Land or regular land, I'm fine. So any land I draw is like really good for me. I think I like this hand better than the Chalice hand. Yeah, and then he's going to go Duress or Thoughtseize here. Yep. So if I kept the first hand, it would not have been good because of this exact situation. Then he just takes our Chalice, and then we lose. This way, with this hand, we can't stop like him going off on turn 2, but I don't think you can always mulligan to hands that do that. You need to keep like some hands. Oh, there's Mox Diamond. Yeah. I think I just go Island, Mox Diamond, discard Flooded Strand, pass, leave up Counterspell. So now, obviously, we wanted to keep the land that we drew this, but we didn't. Okay, there's land. Feeling like I just tap out for Laboratory. His deck doesn't typically play counterspells, especially for enchantments. So now each player can only play one spell per turn. Alright, that's his spell. Nice, now we're looking to be in a good spot. Any land we can just tap out for Glen Elendra here pretty safely. And then if we untap with this, that should be game. Chain of Vapor on... oh no, okay, nice, Brainstorm. He can only shuffle away one card with that with a fetch land though. And then if we untap, we have Counterspell plus double Glen Elendra activation plus Arcane Laboratory in play. So he could go, yeah, he can go Chain of Vapor, Arcane Laboratory, or some other bounce spell, and then go off this turn and win, but that's pretty much it. Abrupt Decay? Oh, Dark Ritual? Yeah, I think, I don't know what he was doing there. He just didn't realize Arcane Laboratory, or, oh no, maybe he was putting a card in the graveyard for, I think that's just, he thought he could go off the way he just like slammed the Dark Ritual. Maybe not, but now we have triple Counterspell up, so sometimes they play Wipe Away, split second. I'm just not going to even counter this Ponder. Yeah, sometimes they play Wipe Away, split second, so they could bounce this, and then you can't respond to it, but then I still have Glen Elendra and Counterspell. I'm not sure how we can get out of this now. Glen Elendra just insane. Glen Elendra in Legacy, 4 mana. Sure, why not? This deck is sweet. Oh, another Counterspell. That's cool. And Glen Elendra Arcane Laboratory is pretty sick as well. Oh, Abrupt Decay? Yeah, we can't counter that. Okay. So that's a way he can go off, but we still have quadruple counterspell. Oh no, I guess we only have triple counterspell up here. So yeah, can't counter that. Ponder, gonna let that resolve. I don't see those decks with Abrupt Decay that much anymore. They usually just like play a couple bounce spells, but he had the Decay. We still have 2 more Arcane Laboratories we can draw. Plus we can just draw like more Glen Elendras here. And Wasteland. We have like a lot of good draws. He chose to shuffle. We also have Chalice. We have so many good draws. Infernal Tutor. I think I just counter this because I have another counterspell in hand. I think that's worth it. Wasteland, nice. Now I just hit his black source. Attack for 2. I also didn't want to use the Glen Elendra there. More mana efficient to use the counterspell. We couldn't leave everything up. And also leaving this has 2 power instead of 1 is huge for our clock. He has no more lands. Another Wasteland. Nice. Wasteland's just pretty messed up magic card. 7 cards in hand, but he only has Island in play. Misty. Pass the turn. Force of Will, okay. Depending on what he does, we have 6 mana here. So if he like tries to tap out for something, we can just hard cast this Force. If we are feeling pretty safe, then we'd still have a Glen Elendra activation up. So depending on what he does, I could do that, but I can also just stay safe and counterspell something. And then if we draw land next turn, we'll be able to have Force plus double Glen Elendra up. And I don't want to use Glen Elendra if I don't have to, because I want to hit for 2 a couple more times. Infernal Tutor. See, he only has 1 mana left. I think I'm just going to hard cast Force. Yeah, then we still have Glen Elendra up. Oh, Tormod Script. Alright, it's actually pretty good. Because it also shuts down Cabal Ritual. Now with still triple Counterspell up, plus Tormod Script. He's at 5. If he wants to Delta, he goes to 4. And I'll still use this Counterspell over using Glen Elendra. Looks like he's just passing. Jace. I guess it's worth it to play Jace. I'm gonna go Jace Brainstorm. It could have been wrong. There's Chalice of the Void. Oh, he conceded. Nice. So we got the win. Pretty sweet. And I'll see you in round 3. All right, welcome back. Round 3. We're against QPHJ. We're 1-1 with this mono blue kind of lock deck. This kind of mono blue prison deck he mulligans. I'm gonna keep this hand. This is like a turn 1 Glen Elendra if we want. Depending on what he is. We can also just not play turn 1 Glen Elendra. So we have some options here. Counterspell. Oh, that's interesting as well. So one option, which I think I like, let's think about this carefully. I could go like Ancient Tomb, Mox, Glen Elendra, but then I have nothing up, and I don't play around days, or I basically don't play around anything. But I can also go Mox, discard City, Mox, discard Flooded Strand, and then play Scary, leave Counterspell up, and then next turn go Ancient Tomb, Glen Elendra, leave up double Glen Elendra if that resolves, and Counterspell. So I like this line. So let's go Mox, discard Flooded Strand, Mox, discard City of Traitors. Or do I want to discard Ancient Tomb and then keep City? No, I think Ancient Tomb is better. And then play Scary and then pass the turn. Seems kind of weird, but this way we leave Counterspell up. And next turn we have way more mana. Underground Sea. Are we against Storm again? Brainstorm. I'm just gonna counter this. That's kind of a close call, because if I just let him reset his hand, that might be like all he needs. I think we're against Ad Nauseam Tendrils again from Brainstorm, Misty, Underground Sea. So we'll see. Oh, there's a Chalice. Wow. I kind of want to just do that. Just lead on Chalice. Ancient Tomb, Chalice. And then I'm also going to just tap out for Glen Elendra. Just because I don't think he has counter spells. I think he's ad nauseam tendrils. I could be wrong, but that's an interesting line there too, because if I didn't play Chalice, I could have left up double Glen Elendra. But I think this is good. I just wanted to get Chalice down. I could have played Glen Elendra pass. Volk pass. Maybe this isn't like what I thought it was at all. Just play Island, hit. Now we want to just draw like more Glen Elendras, Jace, Consecrated Sphinx. All are like big threats. Swamp. I feel like he's ad nauseam tendrils with an awkward hand. Another land is not good. Another fetch land, interesting. There's the Sphinx, okay. Feel like that should do it. Now, I'm just gonna, so I have two options. Basically, I could tap Ancient Tomb, the islands, and both Moxes, and leave up Skerry for Glen Elendra. But then he can like basically cast a spell in main 1, I have to counter it, and then he can move to main 2, and I won't be able to double Glen Elendra. So I think it's safer just to use the Skerry, and then just leave up double island. It's the hardest permanent to interact with. And then just play Consecrated Sphinx. And that should do it. Yep. All right, so all we saw was these lands plus Brainstorm. But I still think he's ad nauseam tendril, so I think I'm going to sideboard the same way that I did last time. I'm just going to like assume that he's ad nauseam tendrils. I just don't see what else he could be. Just bring in these 12 cards, and then we just cut all these threats that are not good against ad nauseam tendrils, and just cut these 12. And then I think we're pretty well set up in this matchup now. So we'll go with this. All right, game 2. We think he's ad nauseam tendrils, but we're not sure. He snap kept a 7. This hand's not great because we don't have like a turn 1 Chalice, but we do have double force. So if he goes Thoughtseize, we can potentially let that resolve. He probably takes Chalice, and then we still have forces and crucibles and stuff. I'm going to keep this hand. It's a little slow, but I think it's fine considering we have double force plus Chalice, Thoughtseize. So now I could force pitch Glen Elendra to try to protect the Chalice a little bit. It's close, because if I draw a blue card, that's really good. I was originally just going to let him take Chalice. I'm just going to let this resolve. He can take Chalice. I think post-sideboard Chalice is a little worse, and then him having to play through double force is a little bit harder for him. And we can't play the Chalice on turn 1 yet anyway. If we had a soul land, then I'd be more inclined to force this Thoughtseize. So now I think he basically... I thought he was going to snap take Chalice, but I guess he's just thinking about it. We had to think about that decision for a little bit as well. And just another thing I wanted to say while our opponent's thinking is, I mean, obviously I'm going pretty deep on this brew. This is kind of for fun. This deck is just like pretty sick, I think, but it's not like a standard tier 1 deck at all. So moving forward, I am going to be making some more videos with just like standard decks like Sneak and Show or Delver or that sort of thing. Right, he takes Force, and we draw another Crucible. I think I just play Island Pass. But I'm also still going to be doing some Pauper Leagues and Cube Drafts when they come out, or some other Legacy decks or some Pioneer videos. So I'm planning on doing everything. If there's something in particular you want to see more of, let me know. And I can do that. Just comment below. Just let me know what you want. I like playing pretty much all formats, so I'm open. Our opponent's pondering here. We do have Force, and we can Chalice next turn for sure. So we're looking to be, I think, in a pretty good spot. And then any other land we draw, then we can continually hit land drops with Flooded Strand plus Crucible. The deck should probably have a couple more fetch lands in it as well. But I'm a little constrained on the cost. Like I wanted a couple copies of Force of Negation, but on Magic Online there's 60 ticks each right now. So I just couldn't really get those in the deck. So there's a couple cards I would change in the list, but some of them are. Sometimes it's like kind of like price concessions, just because it's like insane how much stuff costs on Magic Online sometimes. All right, well, I'm just gonna get to resolve. He chose to not shuffle. If I play Island, then he knows. Then he still knows about Flooded Strand, and I think I'm just gonna hide the information. I think it's also just fine to just get the Flooded Strand into the graveyard. Just do this now. Play Chalice. Next turn, I can just play Crucible. All right, got the Chalice down. Does he have the Decay? I mean, he can just wait till end of turn, I suppose. Island, Crucible. If we draw a blue card, we can just slam Glen Elendra. Or if he doesn't kill Chalice here, we could just slam Glen Elendra regardless. But yeah, because he didn't take Chalice, I'm assuming he has Decay here. Echoing Truth to Chalice. Wow. I think I forced that. I'm gonna force it. Obviously it sucks to lose our Glen Elendra, but just the fact that he's Echoing Truthing over like Decay, I think he probably doesn't have any other answers to Chalice right now. Just casting Infernal Tutor with 4 cards in hand for Cabal Ritual. Okay. So we know he has double Cabal Ritual in hand out of 5 cards. So maybe pitching the Glen Elendra just was bad, but the reason I did it is because on this next turn, we still can't even have Glen Elendra activation up. All we can do is just tap out for it. And then I thought, without Chalice and without any mana up, it just wasn't going to be good enough. Ooh, another Chalice. So now I just Chalice on 2. That should do it. Assuming this resolves. I guess he could have another bounce. Like if he has another Echoing Truth, then we probably lose, but Chalice on 1, Chalice on 2. We know 2 out of the 5 cards are Cabal Rituals. Sweet. So now it's basically Abrupt Decay or bust for him. Ooh, Wasteland. That's an insane draw, actually. Now I can just Wasteland every turn. I guess I could have played Crucible there as well. I should have. Ancient Tomb. Just gonna go Wasteland, Crucible, and he concedes. Nice. Got the match. 2-1. I'll see you in round 4. All right, 2-1 with Mono Blue Prison here, or Mono Blue Scary. What do you think this deck should be named? Let me know as well. There's no name for this deck yet, so I kind of like just Mono Blue Scary, just because that's just such a sweet card in the deck. We're against Pete Lock. We're on the play again. Super lucky. Yeah, I'm going to keep this hand. A little bit awkward because we don't have the turn 1 Chalice, but we do have double force up. And this Mox Diamond isn't doing anything yet, but I'm just still going to keep. We have T2 Chalice off Scary plus double force. So if Chalice is good, this hand is good. So let's keep. If we have to force early, it's going to be pretty funny to just like force pitch a Consecrated Sphinx in the like kind of in the dark. I mean, we're on the play and we're going to play Scary, so that makes a little bit more sense, I guess, but I just don't think anybody could ever expect playing against this card. Let's just go Scary, pass the turn. Crucible would be a good draw. Just obviously we need to draw more lands. But we do have double pitch counter up in this double force of will. Flooded Strand. If he gets Island here, we might just be against blue-white control. Oh, Delver. I actually think I need to force that. It's close. But I think I might just lose to it if I don't. And he just F6. He wasn't expecting a force, probably. Another force of will. It's actually not bad. Chalice on 1. He's not F6, which is interesting. I'm going to force back. Question is just, do I pitch True Name or Force? I think I pitch Force. He did have Daze. So that was brutal. He played Island. I wonder what deck he's on. Scalding Tarn. Alright, there's a Flooded Strand. Do I want to play this Mox Diamond? I don't know if there's any reason to playing the Mox Diamond over the Flooded Strand. I guess I can just get countered. But if it gets countered, who cares? I'll just play Mox Diamond. I'm going to play True Name here as well. No other days or force. Okay. We have no cards left. Is this like a Goyf? No, blue-red Delver. Young Pyromancer. It's actually good against True Name. I don't really want to trade damage against him. But I think on this first turn I can attack. Maybe that's wrong. No, Dreadhorde Arcanist? Okay, well, obviously can't attack after this. Okay, doesn't do anything here. So more True Names would be good draws. Oh, I was going to say, I guess I could have attacked, but then I just get attacked back for 3. And if he has any like Ponders or Preordains, I just get wrecked. I wonder if he doesn't even have dual ends in his deck. I feel like he probably should. I just have seen like a couple people playing this like duelist Delver deck. Does he have no spells? What does he have? I don't really want to show him that I don't have anything else. I'm just going to play Islanded Pass. He has 4 cards in hand. Maybe he has some like bolts and stuff. Petty theft on the Mox Diamond. Yeah, that's annoying. Like I was saying, like bounce spells or interaction with the Mox Diamond makes it worse than playing out the land. So that feels pretty bad. Oh, another. These are just like the worst possible draws in our deck. So we're in a really bad spot now because he's just going to play Brazen Borrower. We needed to be able to... Well, I guess that Chalice, he's played mostly 2-drops and above. Okay. Does he have like a 3rd Arcanist here? Is that just like all he has? Bunch of Arcanists? We just get attacked for 3. I'm not sure what sequence of draws we can have to win this game. Glen Elendra. That's not it yet. Man, I thought we were going to have it. I just felt like if he just like has that Delver on turn 1, like we couldn't answer it for so long. Alright, I mean we're dead here. He's going to attack with everything, flashback bolt, and then we're just dead. Alright, Chain Lightning. Alright, let's go to the next game. We didn't get our defenses in the Chalice or anything set up, but I think this matchup is reasonable for us. The dazes are kind of annoying. So this kills like all his creatures. So I definitely want the Warping Whales because it's exile target creature with power or toughness 1 or less. So it kills Unflipped Delver, it kills Dreadhorde Arcanist, it kills Brazen Borrower, it kills Young Pyromancer. So it kills everything. Arcane Laboratory can do something against him, but I think I'd rather just have like True Names and like. I think I also want Crucible. Even if he doesn't have Wasteland, our lands go to the graveyard a lot. So Crucible can be pretty good. Let's just do this. Maybe I just do this actually. Other than like the Crucible, I could cut a 2nd Consecrated Sphinx. Although if I'm able to resolve one, then I just win. Counterspell is a little awkward in this matchup. The reason there's not more counterspells in the deck is just because like a lot of your lands, as you've seen, like you don't like have a lot of mana for like the entirety of the game. So like using Skerry to play counterspell often doesn't work out that well for you. I wonder if he has Wastelands. I think I'll just side out 1 Crucible, 1 Sphinx. Let's try this. Would you like to play first? Yes. Yeah, I'm going to keep this hand. This looks good. We can just start slamming some True Names. If he goes Delver, I'm going to let it resolve, obviously. There's the Delver. Now I can play Ancient Tomb to play around Daze. Which I feel like is worth. If he flips, he could potentially race us, but I think it's worth. I'm going to do it. True Name, playing around Daze. If he goes Force, do I force back? That's the question. He doesn't. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. If we draw another Soul Land, I think I just slam Batterskull. But otherwise I don't know if I run Batterskull into Daze. Nice, no flip. That's huge. Brainstorm. So if he brainstormed in response to the trigger, you could have flipped, but maybe he wanted to wait to draw one more card anyway. I can also just... I can either play Crucible next turn and then replay Skerry on T3, or I can just play another True Name, which I think just playing another True Name is better. Oh, Wasteland. He's gonna Wasteland something? Wasteland the Skerry? Okay. Sure. Now I just play Crucible into Daze. And then I force it if he counters it. Attack for 3. And then go Island, Crucible. Oh wow, he was just F6'd. Interesting. So he doesn't have Daze or Force. Stifle. Delver. Just gonna let it resolve. I need to resolve this Batter Skull. Another Crucible. I don't even think I play the second. I don't even think I play another Crucible. This Batter Skull might even be too slow with this Ancient Tomb. Flusterstorm. Wow, that's annoying. Another Delver. Do I force this Delver going down to 12? Then I think I'm just dying because I'm taking 6 down to 7 right now. And I have to tap this Ancient Tomb to play Batterskull. So I think he's got us this time. I'll just let it resolve. Maybe should have countered that second Delver, but didn't. Mox Diamond. Just drawing Mox Diamond without enough lands. Yeah, because if I Ancient Tomb, I go down to 5, and then I die. Do I have any outs? I don't think so, because I'm going down to 1 already here. I guess I'll just play True Name now. Yeah, I needed to force this Delver. For some reason, that was just a misplay, because I was thinking I could resolve this Batter Skull. I needed to resolve this Okay, well, we're just dead. GG's. Got wrecked there. I probably misplayed that match. Still 2-2. Let's see if we can 3-2 this. All right, welcome to round 5. We're 2-2. We're against Flying Whales, and I think we've been on the play. I could be wrong, but I think every time. Keep this hand. Got a T1 Chalice for 1, T2 Chalice for 2. A couple of Wastelands. Force with no blue card, but we can draw a blue card. Plus we just have a T1 Chalice for 1 on the play. Ancient Tomb, Chalice. Resolved it. Nice. Let's see what we're up against. Bayou. 1-drop. Yeah, that doesn't work. I'm just going to Wasteland over playing another Chalice. Not sure what that was. Maybe he didn't realize the converted cost of Green Sun for 0, x equals 0 is 1. Not really sure there. Just gonna Wasteland again. See, I think this is an instance where I don't want to even play Mox Diamond. Just gonna keep Wastelanding. Wonder what we're up against. He has a Wasteland. Sure, that is fine. There's a Glen Elendra. Just play Flooded Strand here. He can't play any spells yet. Scrubland, okay. True Name. I also cannot play a True Name. This, so he's shown 4 colors, and one of them was Underground Sea. So if I played, I think I just play, I can't play another, no, I can play another Chalice on 1. That helps play around like decay and stuff, but maybe I just don't need to do that. Just gonna play Ancient Tomb Go. I think I would be interested in resolving a Chalice for X equals 2. So if I draw a land, I can do that. Sorry, my dog's barking. Chalice, X equals 2. I think that just most likely locks our opponent out of the game more than our other plays. He Chalices for 0. Okay, so maybe Chalice isn't that good in this matchup, but I think Chalice for 2 probably is very good against him. Now I'll just play Glen Elendra over True Name. We still have 4 up. I also cannot play this Mox Diamond now because he has Chalice on 0. Is he going to play a 2-drop? No. We're still at 13. Could just attack and play another Glen Elendra, going down to 11. Could also just play a True Name. Just gonna play another Glen Elendra. Not sure if that's just silly, but I'm going for it. Oh, Skerry's actually sweet. Play Skerry. Now I'm not gonna play a True Name this turn. Just leave up the Glen Elendras. I mean, he hasn't been doing anything. I just think that's too greedy. I don't need to play a True Name right here. If he plays like a Knight of the Reliquary, I'm just going to force it. If he plays a Liliana, I'm just going to let that resolve. Knight? Yeah, I'll just force this. Another force. Makes me want to just not even play True Name here, because we still have him on a 3-turn clock already with these 4-mana 2/2 flyings. There's a Wasteland. What, is he gonna hit Skerry? Sure, I'll float. If he plays another Knight, I think I just force again. Most likely he just has 2 drops in hand. Alright, Crucible, that's actually interesting. So I can just Wasteland him. Attack. And then we'll Ancient Tomb down to 7. And then Crucible, play Wasteland. And then hit his white source, and he concedes to Crucible. He says, wow. I'll give him a little smiley face. All right. So I feel like Chalice is not good in this deck. Against this deck. Because he showed his own Chalice. So because he showed us Chalice, means he probably doesn't really have any 1-drops in his deck. Which makes this Chalice much, much worse. And we don't necessarily want a Chalice on 0. I want Warping Whales. Spyglass could be decent. Crypt could like stop his Loams if he has that. Could just bring in another Glen Elendra. Could just bring in counter spells. I don't hate that. Just bring in counter spells, keep all the Consecrated Sphinxes and all the Crucibles. I mean, a lot of his big threats are like Knight of the Reliquaries, like creatures where Glen Elendra does not stop that. I feel like he'll have some Planeswalkers that Spyglass could be good against, but other than that, he might not have much. This doesn't stop Mox Diamond. Do I want more Batter Skulls? I don't think so. I think the 2 is fine. So right now we're citing out all the Chalices for a Warping, or Counterspell, Counterspell. I think that's fine. Let's just go with this. Flying Whales, that name looks familiar. I'm pretty sure I've played against him before in the past. I haven't played Legacy for a while, but pretty sure I've played against this guy before. He's on the play. Yeah, let's keep this hand. This hand looks awesome. We have a lot of cool options. So we can T1 Skerry, T2 Jace. We can T1 Ancient Tomb, leave up Warping Whale. Let's see what we draw. Force of Will. Alright, now I'm definitely just playing Skerry. I guess that's bad against Wasteland, but it's always going to be bad against Wasteland. Doesn't have it. Alright, I'm just slamming Jace here. Gonna brainstorm. What is this, like an Assassin's Trophy? If it is, I'll just force it. I feel like it is trophy. No, blue-white, Tundra Bayou. Wow. What? He just went fetch in response to Jace and then concede the game? What was that? He just didn't want to play? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, we got a chest out of the deal. And we got some play points. 1 legacy point. Sweet. Pretty nice T2 Jace there. So we got wrecked against Delver decks, and we just cleaned up against Ad Nauseam, and looks like our opponent just had enough in round 5. So we were able to get the 3-2. If you like the content, please subscribe. This is Snapbolt, youtube.com/Snapbolt. And until next time, thanks so much.